Inua moyo wako so that you stop procrastinating, develop yourself and develop your people and the country that you live in. And today I want us to talk about something called manipulation, emotional manipulation. How do you stop manipulation from people who are experts in manipulating others? And I'll start by saying emotional manipulation is very powerful. It comes in simple steps, but very powerful. It leaves you doubting yourself. It leaves you feeling guilty for no reason at all. Constantly because you are constantly trying to please someone else at your own expense. Okay? At your own expense, you are trying to please somebody else. The manipulator. And you know how the manipulator is doing it? They are turning tables to you so that they become the victim and you become the villain. How do you stop emotional manipulation? They use control, remember that, to make you feel guilty. They use deception, so that you will always feel they are right and you are wrong. They will always make you feel guilty, as I have said, for no reason. How do you spot that? You'll often feel like the bad guy. And mostly these things happens in a relationship. They'll make you feel the wrong guy, the wrong person, even when you have done nothing wrong. They'll twist the situations to make themselves the victim. You are the oppressor, the aggressor. They will twist your words, something called gaslighting. Your own words, they will twist it, because they want to deny facts to make you question your own memory or sanity. I remember a very bad story. I'm not going to share it. A certain bishop made his wife lose her sanity. So, how do you spot this gaslighting? I've already said it's called gaslighting. You know, I have said, when you start doubting your own reality because of them, then there's a red flag there. When you feel confused or overreact, you overreact. Whenever they say something, blah, 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 you overreact negatively to yourself, then you are suffering from emotional manipulation. These people also, they use what you call silent treatment, or sometimes they will withhold love. And the tactic here is they will use this silence as punishment, making you anxious and desperate for their approval. How do you spot this? One, they will only show affection when you do what they want. Imagine. They use affection. Until you do what they want, then they show their affection. Okay. And this will drive you to feel like you are walking on eggshells around them whenever they are there, because you don't know, am I pleasing him? Am I making, what is he thinking? Blah, 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 blah. Yes. These people will use fear and threats, even over small things. And the whole tactic here is to make you feel responsible for their emotions or for their actions or inactions, good actions or bad actions. Mostly they will never be good actions. When they do good actions, it will not be blamed on you. It will be them. But whenever they make mistakes, then it is pushed to you. Naona vile ulifanya nifanye. How do you spot this? Whenever you feel trapped or obligated to stay in that relationship, know something is not right. Know there is fear, there are threats that are being used against you. Whenever you feel you find yourself worrying about how they will react if you say no, know that they have pushed you into that cocoon of theirs of fear and dread. These people will again also always play the victim. They are the victim. How do you wamefanya sio wewe? Okay, how do you spot this? Remember, they will use, when they play the victim, they will use what we call self-pity to make you feel sorry for them and keep you emotionally hooked. Emotionally hooked. You feel sorry for them, they keep you emotionally hooked. How do you spot this? One, you'll always feel responsible for their happiness. Are you out here to make somebody happy? I mentioned earlier that happiness is an inside job. We all look for internal validation, don't wait for your external validation. So even them, why don't they make themselves happy? Why wait for you? But remember, it is you who is feeling responsible for their happiness. So your actions will always be geared towards making them happy. Another thing that is, you will always find yourself apologizing, even if you are not at fault. Banani, sorry, sikujua, nilifanya. Oh my God. Apologizing for things that you never did. Now, how do you stop emotional manipulation? You know, we have been talking about spotting it. Now we are talking about stopping it. One, trust your gut. If it is no, it is no. If it is not the right thing, it is not the right thing. Trust your gut. Set clear boundaries. Say no without feeling guilty. Without even thinking twice. Say no. Your gut tells you it is no. Call out the behavior. Tell them, but of course calmly, because some of them, especially the ones called the narcissists, sometimes they will threaten you to an extent of becoming physical. So call out the behavior, but be calm. Remember, manipulation always thrives on confusion. But here, your tactic is meant to achieve this. Whenever you name their bad behavior, you are taking away their power. The other thing I recommend is that set boundaries. I've already talked about set clear borders, but this time I'm talking about limit contact. And if necessary, walk away. Why not? You have your life to live, okay? Walk away. It's not a big deal. You walk away and start afresh. Kwani wewe ndio Mungu. Remember, no one has a right to control you. No one has a right even to control your emotions or your well-being. Okay? If somebody wants good for you, then it is not a matter of manipulation. Ni akuje, muonge, muezane. And finally, if all these things are not possible, or they are hitting mwamba, Seek help. Seek support. Not help first. Seek support. Talk to your trusted friends or a therapist. But in so doing, even before saying in so doing, remember manipulation thrives on isolation. Nilioa wewe, sikuoa watu wenu. So your people should not come to my cage, they should not come to our house. If you are an African like me, tunaoa naitwa nini? Tunaoa clan or clan ama culture, whatever it is. Because as it is said in another culture, mtoto si wa mtu mmoja. But the manipulators will thrive on isolation. They'll keep you aside. Some of them have gone to an extent of locking up people. And then it is because of your own good. That is why I have locked you. Okay, so I'll leave you at that. But I want you to remember that manipulators do not want you to know their tricks. And once you spot their tricks or their patterns and they refuse to play their games, they lose their power over you. Okay? They lose their power over you once you stop playing their games. But the most important thing here is, I think, is to discover or notice or spot those things we call red flags before you get into a relationship. Even if the person is as beautiful, as handsome as gold or silver, as long as there are these red flags, oh my God, yes, he's not yes, your Mungu. There are so many other good fish out there that can be eaten. Okay? So I'll leave you with Swari Amani. Have you ever dealt with them? An emotional manipulator? And how did you handle it? Okay? How did you handle it? And if you notice somebody who is being manipulated, please don't leave him or her alone. Talk to the person. Inua moyo wako, na ikiwezekana uinue mwingine, and we develop ourselves, we develop our country, we develop the world. Shukran. See you next.